Okay, hello. We should be green. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MLS IndyCar World Series Season 2, Round 7. This time we are debuting the sport at the Donington Park track. This is the second race in the British doubleheader, and we are in for a treat. So, welcome to the commentary box, Miran.
Yes, hello Kai, good evening to you. And we're here at the Donington Park circuit. And as you said, Donington, a pretty fantastic circuit, if I have to say so myself. So I think we should be in for quite a treat today.
Yeah, especially since, this track, having hosted so many races, I believe it started out in 1938. Which was a different layout back then. Pretty fun to drive, I recommend it. But yeah, this circuit has come a long way, and this time it's going to host our second most prestigious open wheeler series in MMS. Obviously, British weather has visited us, but it's only cloudy. There will be no rain most likely in the race, overcast conditions. But yeah, after last race, which was a bit hectic, you must admit.
Yeah, it was quite hectic.
We are in for another sprint race with no pit stops, but this race should be quite epic on a short circuit like the national layout of Donington.
Yes, this should be quite an exciting track, obviously, or a race, should I say. We've had, funnily enough, my first ever MMS commentator's appearance was at this circuit for Le Mans Series Season 2.
That's actually, I didn't know that. That's epic.
Now you know.
So, Miran, without further ado, I believe we should go down to the grid.
Let's go. You want to take it?
Yeah, I can take the full if you want, if you don't mind.
Yeah, just take it all.
All right, so on pole position we have Adrian Fraser. No surprises there. He's been quite rapid in the last few races, and he's now on pole position in the Tish Duncan car. Joining him on the first row is a surprise, Matthias van der Schutkvarn in that Korsteiner in P2. That is a big surprise of qualifying, but hey, who knows? Maybe the Dutchman has found his pace. Then the rest of them, we have Ankurinova, Bardachenko, Moreira, Johnson, Jutjern, Friedman, Keith, very high position for the David Cox Line Grand Prix car. Then we have Aguirre, Herhold, fresh baked race winner. And Guena, amazing qualifying from the Swift car in 12th. Then we have Tilsey, Tunde, Avgnaget, Di San Marino, Landal, Eshakadam, Ace, Weitz, Kara and Kaya, Hertz, Doptar, Witt, Keith, Delalami, Tanda, Spamberger, Weitz, Horigome, Van Hetslot, Wattenberg, Von Ackerman, Watkins, and that's all there is to tell you. So, without further ado, I believe we are in for a treat. The cars are already revving up. We're about to start this race. Every light is on. And we're on the way for the Vodafone British Grand Prix for MMS World IndyCar Series Season 2, and it's a good stuff from Van der Schutkvarn, but there is contact with him and Fraser immediately. Bardachenko to the inside of Adrian Fraser, and he is through as well. Good start from the two of them. Fraser down into third. He's not going to be happy about that, that's for sure. Are you kidding me? Did it reset? Okay, it didn't. Okay, back to the front though. No damage by the looks of it. It is clean as they move into Sector 2. Never. As soon as I say that, that is Wattenberg on his... Oh my god, on the roll. What? Matty, no, not into the spectators. What are you doing? What happened? To the inside. Oh, he clips Keith and... That's bizarre. Oh...
Well, that's very strange.
That is...
Yeah, reverse into the barrier, and that just pitches the car over. I have not seen an accident like that.
Yeah, I freed the camera here. Look at him. Look at this. Just the slightest of nudges to the side, what gets the car up into the air. And that's, I believe, the race done for Wattenberg. He seems to be stuck, and that's no good. He's trying to get after the spectators. I can't applaud that. Back to the front, though, it is still Van der Schutkvarn in the lead from the start. Keith and her hold close together, and Guena trying to get through it. He lost one position on the start. It's not going to be easy to overtake here, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah, obviously you're gonna have to really time your overtakes in the perfect opportunity. There's Elnur Eshak Adam on championship rival Erik Landal, the top 2 in the championship, going wheel to wheel as Landal the first with Elnur Eshak Adam. The two obviously who started basically wheel to wheel with each other, and there is Hori Gome.
No,
And the
oh man.
yeah, it's been painful of a season for the Japanese driver.
Oh, he just goes over the curb and into the wall.
And Doptar had gone off as well.
Yeah, but look at this. This is just... He gives a bit too aggressive on that head slot. Gets himself launched, and then there's nothing you can do. What happened to Okan Doptar? Oh, same story, except he clips this curb a bit too early, and then the second one spits him out, and he nearly goes into his teammate.
And they were lucky to not, collide there as well. But I have to say on the start then, Matthias van der Schøtt got such a good getaway compared to Adrian Fraser. I really was just expecting Fraser to lead off of turn 1. But yeah, I have been completely surprised here as Bardachenko even is up into second and battling for the race lead. It's great to see the Korsteiner leading though in front, considering how horrid their season has been so far.
Yeah, overall, Korsteiner have not really found their pace in IndyCar yet, but maybe now is the time. As we're just looking down the order, this chicane that shortens the layout seems to be difficult for the drivers, especially on Lapan. I mean, we've seen Waterberg, we've seen Horigome. Horigome has to do a pit stop, mind you, which will probably put him a lap down, which is no good for him, of course. Van der Schøtt should be under pressure from Bardachenko. But I have to say, the Penske chassis today doing really well, running 1 and 2 at the moment.
Yeah, not badly done from Penske this season. Obviously, I do believe they don't have a win this season yet. It's all gone to the Reynard and the Lola chassis. There's Jacques Jutjärn on Sigalit Friedman. The Greenlandic driver goes up into 7. There's Keaton Tilsley as well. Tilsley on his return to road courses as well in IndyCar, as he's going to battle with John Keith, but Keith gets the better of the Brits.
Yeah, and behind him we can see Tunde, Avgnaga, Di San Marino and Landal having a bit of a battle. It's nice to see those trains of cars, you know, as now Landal is going to prepare a move on the San Marino driver. Easy does it, albeit Di San Marino on the outside trying to do something that didn't work. That's the Zenith Works car of Samuel Ace trying to battle Elnur Eshak Adam, one of the championship contenders. Doesn't really manage to do so. There is Gerhard Hertz behind. Not much attempts yet though. Interesting to say the least.
I wonder if, obviously now that the championship is getting closer and closer, Elnur Eshak Adam, will they be able to take the lead of the championship heading out of this round, or what might we see someone completely new take it away? Obviously, Sofia Ankonova is 31 points behind Landal at the moment in the championship.
You know, this is IndyCar. We've seen a lot of things happen this season. Speaking of, I've seen that Sankaya making a big mistake on the curb. Luckily, Vitt avoided him, but that was a bit of a... The field started to pile up there. But yeah, I think we might see something completely different. That Mark Tander, all out of shape on the brakes. Von Ackerman uses that. Van Hetzel into the back of the Australian. What is going on here? That is overwhelmingly aggressive.
Yeah, Tander got really lucky to just not run out of road completely as he was trying to attack Von Ackerman. But yeah, Tanner's going to have to settle with that for now. Got very lucky to not go completely off the track.
Yeah, but you mentioned Ankudinova. Ankudinova currently running in 4th, way in front of her championship rivals, so she might get a few points, which will be crucial to her championship challenge. As we go back to the front, not much happening here. Those guys are just keeping clean, not really pushing themselves. I think we'll see more chaos happen midway through the race, where you know, people. Oh, speaking of chaos, Bardachenko has taken the lead. We missed that. Look at this. That's a daring move onto Van der Schøtt.
Yeah, very well done from him. That's into turn 8. Mikhail Bardachenko taking the lead of the race. For those who do remember, from the Mans series, actually, Korsteiner qualified on pole position here in Season 2 and then lost the lead. I believe it actually was into the exact same corner. So that's a pretty funny callback.
Yeah, you know, history likes to repeat itself, so Not really surprised about that, but you can see Van der Schutt has the pace to attack Bardachenko, and he might do it into the chicane. No, he's lifting off actually, which allows Adrian Fraser to catch up, and the pack is condensing, and the more the pack condenses, the more, prone drivers are to make a move, because they don't want to be stuck, because, you will eventually start to lose time, and you will fall out of the pack if you're stuck behind the wrong car. Speaking of being stuck, Tunde doesn't want to be stuck behind Nugget, goes for a move to the inside, and doesn't really get the move just yet. There he is now, he's fully in front. Ace and Ashaka Adam are side by side, and Ace doesn't get him. Look at that move from El Nur.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, that was wonderful from the man from Sudan, as I like to call him. He just showed full commitment into the overtake, and he got past. Very well done from the man P2 in the championship.
Yeah, speaking of passing, I thought that Keith tried to make a move on Tilsey, but no. The field is spicing up. Roberto Moreira feeling very opportunistic here with this launch. It doesn't really work, and Kudinova makes a mistake. Johnson and Gutierrez sense opportunity. Gutierrez might still go on to Mitch Johnson, the Australian, doing fairly well now in this second half of the season, I have to say. He's been kind of impressing as Gutierrez, though, gets through him. But no, look at this. Johnson tries to do the old switcheroo. Look at this battle side by side down the hill. But it is going to be Gutierrez who will have the advantage with the racing line. But that was nice from the two of them. I told you the racing will spice up.
Yeah, it was a very nice battle between Johnson and Gutierrez. It was a Chuck who's like... who secured his first full position of the season last time out of Rockingham in the second oval race. But here's Matthias van der Schutt re-overtaking Mikhail Bardachenko into the same corner, I believe it was, which he got past Bardachenko.
It wasn't that easy, though. Bardachenko did not, give up without a fight, but overspeed on the straight gave Van der Schutt the position. But look how much battling slows you down. Look how much time these guys lost. And look at this train. That's like 20 cars.
Yeah, that is so many cars. But everyone, just packed together like sardines here. And there's a move from the Rebellion. That's Shimon Witt, who I believe was looking to make a move on Jack Cara. Unfortunately, they did not succeed with that. And he's got Morten Ruben Weitz for company there behind. Here's Gerard Hertz, who is trying to pick up the scraps from this battle.
The curb, loses time. Cara gets through him. Quite a few moves here. Gerson and Cara still side by side, but I think the McLaren is going to stay in front. But no, look at this. Harris gets a bit of a run, goes to the inside, late lunge. The Australian gets him, though. No, they're still going to be side by side. Cara will have the middle line, though. It's a beautiful battle. Jack Cara goes, dives to the inside, gets them moved on. I'm surprised. I thought that the outside line would be better, which it is the case in GT cars around here. The outside line for that downhill corner is the better line, but in IndyCar, it looks like the inside line works better.
Yeah, that is obviously quite interesting, but we have the man in third, Adrian Fraser, who is on the back of Mikhail Bardachenko at the moment. So I think Fraser is going to want to try and get back into the race lead. Same with Sofia Ankudinova, who is fighting for a championship here.
Yeah, Ankudinova really needs those points. Gutierrez also doing really well for the Rovazzi team. In general, this race seems to be a bit of it's another upset in the IndyCar season. But look at this, Witt with a bit of trouble on the exit of the first corner, and now Ankaya gets close to him. Weitz passes him. As I said, this race might not seem like the most entertaining one, because there's no moves left, right, centre like in Rockingham. Then again, I'm thankful it's not Rockingham, because look at this, that's Adrian Fraser to the inside of Bardachenko, but he doesn't do it.
Bardachenko very well on the defense there. And that's Adrian Fraser we're talking about. If that guy wants a position, he is going to get it. And Bardachenko just denies him like that. Very nicely done from Bardachenko. But how long will he be able to hang on for?
Don't think it will last long. Fraser, you can sense that Fraser has a faster car at the moment. He is pushing, he's gaining on Bardachenko no matter what the Moldovan driver does. But, passing still ain't easy. Look how much time Fraser gains on the braking. That is a bit insane, as the British driver will try to get a top 2 finish in his home race around here.
I think the biggest thing for Fraser now is just to not get too greedy Obviously, he is going to be going for moves. And speaking of someone who's going for moves, that's Ankudinova on Fraser. Fraser just suddenly has to go on the defense. But what I was talking about is that Fraser just has to make sure he doesn't push too much behind Bardachenko, because then he's going to use up his tires, obviously, quite a lot. Not saying that he's going to have to come in for a stop. Obviously, due to the race distance, it is going to be a no-stop race. But Fraser, obviously, he's going to doesn't want to push too much, because then he might have to conserve his tires when the time is right for an overtake.
Yeah, and the tires do wear out, and once they wear out, you're gonna be fighting that car like it's the worst thing to happen. I think that I saw damage there. I might have missed. Yeah, no, yeah, there is damage. Adric Keefe has damage on the straight, mind you.
And you can look how closely packed this field is. Everyone is just fighting amongst each other here.
They nearly went 3 wide into the final chicane. What happened to Adric Keefe, though? Huh?
That's probably the worst attempt I've ever seen of slotting through the middle in a 3-wide situation, but yeah, I guess you can say that was self-inflicted. There's Delalami and Vitz side by side through the Craner curves, and it is going to be Delalami, the Spaniard, who gets past. Van der Slot tries it on Spoonberger, Weitz, and does get past the Swede. There's Ulken Doptar as well, trying to get his piece of the pie.
And that's San Marino with damage as well. So she caused this whole conundrum we've seen into the final chicane because of the damage. What happened, though? I saw a large gap form on the minimap, and I thought, oh well, that's just due to battling. I was wrong, and that's because Avgnaget made a mistake. Look at this, Avgnaget goes on Tunde, overboard, and then this San Marino, you can tell she's trying to squeeze to the inside here, but not enough turn in. And sadly, that's contact into the back of Avgnaget, but that's really just a racing incident. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Avgnaget was trying to turn to the right, but I don't know. I don't know if there was even time for Di San Marino to react.
I guess there was. I don't know. It'll be investigated, I guess, later. Either way, the battle for the lead still carrying on between Matthias van der Schötkvarn, who's fighting for his and Korsteiner's first ever victory in IndyCar. Bardachenko of Scuderia Sicilia, Adrian Fraser for Tish Duncan Racing, and Sofia Ankudinova for Haubitsa Racing.
He's gonna have another look at the accident between the San Marino and Avgnaget this time. From Avgnaget's POV. The San Marino blames Avgnaget on the incident. Let's see. He is turning, but he's not actually turning.
If we could check the steering wheel there.
No, he is turning, but you can see his understeering.
Well, yeah, that is evident. Obviously, he's not in control of the car at that point.
So basically, he's not actually turning as much as he is.
I would say this. I think it is. I feel like it is a bit on Johannes at this thing, but I think it is not as severe as to award a penalty to him. So I think it honestly is a racing incident.
It is, because look, there was space for the San Marino to go to, but you know, it was too late to react. So it's unfortunate, but you know.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
I think it will unfortunately be classified as a race incident. As we look at the battle for the lead, Bardachenko pulling
I'm going to be back in a second.
No problems at all there, as Ankudinova might try it on Fraser into the braking zone. There she goes on the inside line into turn 8. And I think we can't see it obviously because Kai is gone, but there down the straight goes Ankudinova. She's going to try it into turn number 9. Unfortunately, though, she does not get ahead. Shak Yutian tries to find his way past the Ukrainian, as at the moment nothing changes though, so everyone holds their respective positions. Van der Schötkvarn still leading away from Mikhail Bardachenko and Adrian Fraser in third, as they're gonna head through the Craner curves and now through turns 5 and then 6. Fraser defending from Ankudinova. Those two have been battling for quite a lot. They were title rivals last season as well, remember? So they'll be battling with each other quite a lot again now that they are title rivals once more in Season 2. It's a battle going on in midfield, and Gwenna is fighting amongst Gnaget and Tunde as well. We can't look at that battle, unfortunately, so we'll stay with the leaders for the time being as we head once again into turn number 1, Redgate. Adrian Fraser in third with Ankudinova in fourth, and Johnson hanging on very well with Aguirre in eighth in this little lead pack as well. There's Jack Yutian trying to hang on the inside line. Through into there's a move in the background. I think that's Luke Herholt of Bulls United Racing on to one of the Filipovskis. That's Friedman, whom he's battling with. Unfortunately for Herholt, he's unable to get past as Sigurd Friedman puts up the defense to the South African.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. There's Mitch Johnson, I think. He's battling with Roberto Moreira. Is Moreira going to find the gap to go past? No, he does not.
Yeah, we're from Johnson to go so defensive, though. That's only costing him time. As back to the front, it's still a stagnant top 3. But I don't think that will last too long.
No, I think eventually the status quo will be broken.
I mean, you've seen it happen this race already. All it takes basically is, you know, one slowdown. Look at Herhold. He's going to try and go for Friedman to the inside. Oh, that's nearly contact. That's a bit too aggressive. Tilsey might use this to his opportunity. Same with Gnaget.
Yeah, we'll see if Johannes of Gnaget could try. He's very close to the back of Tilsley, and he goes it on it through the final chicane of Gnaget on the outside. Tilsley does get the better exit. Here comes Yaya Tunde in the De Luca Competizione. No, he does not actually. I don't know where that where the overspeed he had compared to Off Gnaget went, but yeah, he's gonna stay where he is.
Maybe he planted the power not early enough. Look at Gutierrez when Moreira.
Oh, contact!
Yeah, Aguirre. What happened here? That's so much action. So Gutierrez slows down because he caught up to Ankudinova. Johnson goes around the outside. So does Moreira. And then Gutierrez has to defend from Roberto, and Roberto gets hit up the back by Aguirre. I guess the Argentinian a bit surprised by what's going on here. Look at the fresh-baked race winner, Luke Herhold, side by side of Sigurd Friedman, beautifully around the outside.
Yeah, I feel like Friedman kind of gave that up as Ofkinag is going to once again go on to Jay Tilsley on the inside line into turn number 8. Or turn number 7, I think this is turn number 8. But either way, he does get it done on Jake Tilsley finally.
Yeah, meanwhile, Wattenberg is starting to make up some ground. He's already ahead of Watkins, and now he's chasing down Wattenberg. Those cars not set up correctly for this race, clearly, as we are witnessing a few battles. Now, look at this. Landal is trying not to waste any time, trying to punch through the field. Kara might use this to his advantage, but interestingly enough, Elnur Shakadam is scoring only 1 point at the moment.
Yeah, it is looking like advantage Erik Landal at the moment. Elnur Eshek Adam looks to be struggling a bit down in 20th, which is, I have to say, a shame to see and quite uncharacteristic from the Sudanese driver. As there is Yeah, the two are going to be battling into the final chicane. Fraser's going to be on the outside line, and Kudinova is later on the brakes, as Fraser on the inside does get past Sofia, or sorry, does defend from Sofia and Kudinova, I'm sorry. But that is Shaq Yutian defending from Mitch Johnson. Or was it re-overtaking Mitch Johnson?
He was re-overtaking Mitch Johnson, but yeah, as you said, at the moment, it is uncharacteristic. I think it might be because it's a new circuit, you know. Even if you're even if you're well accustomed to the cars, that's a braking board.
Yeah, I just noticed. What is that doing in the middle of the circuit?
Someone was naughty with track limits.
Yeah,
maybe a gust of wind. It is overcast. It is British weather. You never know. But yeah, half distance already covered, Miran. This is really a sprint race. And one thing I want to point out is back to my train of thought. This is a new circuit, so even if you're well accustomed with the car, you may struggle. Moreira touching the back of Johnson quite ferociously there. Luckily, no damage to both. Aguirre and Keith battling, and Klinova is going to the inside of Fraser once again into turn 1, and it works out this time. Slows Fraser down, and now he is vulnerable to Yernan Johnson.
Nice move from Sofia Ankudinova, and she seems to be pulling away from Adrian Fraser, but I still do think this battle is going to be far from over between Fraser and Ankudinova.
Yeah, especially when Ankudinova catches up to the leaders, then it's not going to be fun for her anymore, because it's not a train you're going to be stuck in, and you're not going to get out of it rather quickly. That's her hold now, letting her move on John Keefe to the inside of the Lion Grand Prix car. He goes, and he does not get through. Keefe defends on the outside, Friedman.
I think we Miss van der Schut-Kvarn defending from Bardachenko.
They are battling there side by side. Bardachenko to the outside, Schut-Kvarn on the inside. They swap the sides now. Side by side into the first corner. Van der Schut-Kvarn with the better line. Fraser onto Ankudinova. Side by side go the two race leaders, but it is Bardachenko into the lead of the race now. Beautiful move. Fraser has to sit behind Ankudinova. And we have a new race leader. What happened into here? Bardachenko just got overspeed. He sent it into the...
They were side by side earlier, I think.
Yeah, pre-penultimate corner, you know. I don't know. It goes over the curbing, launched himself, but Van der Schut-Kvarn didn't get the best of exits either.
No. Still nicely done from Mikhail Bardachenko to retake the lead of the race. He waited quite patiently behind Matthias there. So I think he still did very well to take the lead of the race. He just found the opportunity and went for it brilliantly.
Yeah, kudos to him for that move. You can tell that Mikhail really wants to, you know, repair this season, try and do really good, you know, trying to impress everyone. So I'm happy with that. But speaking of being happy, that's Ankudinova not being happy enough of P3 to the inside, and that actually hinders her pace. She's going to have to be started Fraser again into the first corner. Fraser doesn't really have the overspeed, but he has slipstream from Van der Schut-Kvarn, but Ankudinova goes to the inside and settles it.
Yeah, Fraser unfortunately could not get past there. That's brought all these guys just so much closer. There's Keith onto Moreira, and the Russian does get past. There's Gyutyan onto Fraser, but Fraser obviously is having none of it. And they will stay in their respective positions. Johnson was having a look on the Rovazzi car as well.
Look at John Keefe here, goes to the inside, and then the poor exit from Fraser allows him to pass one car.
That was brilliant. He just breezed through Moreira like it was nothing.
Yeah, that's fantastic stuff from John Keefe. Really good pace in that car. He might finally score some good points, not only for the team but also for Porsche as an engine supplier, which is very crucial in this series. We have like 4 championships, so you know every point literally matters in a very large on a very large spectrum. As Moreira tried to re-overtake John Keefe, but to no avail. Back to the front, it's still Bardachenko in the lead. Ankudinova catches up to this pack under braking, and Ankudinova gets a very good exit and might start to attack Van der Schut-Kvarn right away. The Dutchman now has a poor run on the straight, but it's not a move from the Ukrainian driver just yet. It might come soon though. Avgnaga to the inside of Friedman, and Zigalit has to accept that she's been overtaken. Down the field, not much happening apart from pack racing. Never mind, there is Fritz van Hetslot overtaking Mark Tander, the less aggressive, more tame Tander, of course. Need to point this out.
Speaking of the Tander brothers, obviously there is.
They're not brothers.
They're not.
They're not Tander. So Nick
both
Tander,
of them are.
Nick Tander is from New Zealand, I believe. And Mark Tander is from Australia.
So they're both named Tander from different countries, and they are not related.
Yes.
I think that's got to be the biggest motorsporting coincidence I've seen.
Pretty much.
But we're gonna go back to the the race lead then. You can see Bardachenko still holding on to the race lead, but he's got a very angry Matthias van der Schut-Kvarn and Sofia Ankudinova both driving their cars in anger around the Donington Park circuit to try and take the lead of the race away from each other.
Yeah, but what did you want to say about the Thunder families?
I've honestly forgotten. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh, it's a shame I put you out of your train of thought.
Oh, I think it was that I was gonna make a nice little segue into talking about Nick Tander, who obviously got confirmed for Formula One next season.
Yeah, overall, Formula One next season, that's a topic for a whole, I think, separate episode on the channel. Announcing the lamps. Fraser struggling. I think Fraser might have burnt his tires because he lost all the pace he had. You could see it on the straight. As now, look at Aguirre. Look at the slowdown that's happening here. Mitch Johnson, I think, he might have had an engine power cut because look at Aguirre. He just breezed through all of those guys. Johnson tries to defend on the outside, but I think Marcos might get it. No, he doesn't. Side by side between Avgnaget and Moreira. Avgnaget gets a way better run. Can't do anything about it. Herhold having to defend from Freeman. Freeman on the outside. Beautiful, beautiful move. And that's the Israeli driver up into P11. Chasing now Roberto Moreira for 10th now. Gained so much time. It might be a move into here. Now, no, it isn't. But that's very good pace from the Filipovski, Karankudinova on the back of Van der Schoot. This is now a top 5 battle for the race lead as Fraser and Jan have caught up to the pack. And I believe as it stands, Ankudinova will take the championship lead if the stats I'm giving are correct, as it's 35 points for the race. No, she will not. It will be Landau by 1 point as it stands.
Yeah, I just wanted to brush up on that guy because Erik Landau just completely stopped with the overtaking. I mean, he looked very good on the pace in these first few laps, but now he's just kind of stopped, just like his fellow championship rival Elnur Eshek Adam, who doesn't seem to be able to get up any positions either. So they'll just have to hope that Sofia Ankudinova does not get the lead of the race.
Yeah, because if that happens, or even P2 for that matter.
Yeah, because you think the positions in which Landau and Eshek Adam are in, obviously, going up and down a position, it's going to be a 1 point difference. If Ankudinova takes Van der Schoot for second, that is a total 2 point difference even. So it could be the deciding factor between championship leader or second.
Yeah, mind you, next race, Miran, is the Shell race of it, to be exact now. To give you the exact race name, is going to be Shell Grand Prix of Italy. So at Enna Pegusa with mixed conditions coming in, so that race might decide the outcome of the championship coming into the last 2 races, which will be Bahrain and the Brazilian Grand Prix, the Petrobras Grand Prix of Brazil. There you go. As that's now on to Fraser. Fraser has to yield the position, and now Mitch Johnson, the Australian out of nowhere, catches up to the pack. We have a nice gaggle of cars here. Not many moves though, as that's damage to Martin Ruben Weitz.
Shame for the Swede, really. It just hasn't been his season, despite the pole position.
He fell off midway through us, and it's the same situation as what happened to the San Marino. Speaking of the San Marino, it's the same type of a situation. Nothing Martin could have done. Yeah. Unlucky, just unlucky, man.
I don't think anything could be awarded for that.
Maybe a band-aid on Martin Ruben Weitz'
career.
That's the only thing we can really award him, as that's Keith aggressively over the curb. We can see Doptar again riding those curbs. Weitz, he ends it. He's done.
And yeah, that's definitely not a pit entry, but Martin Ruben Weitz making his day go from bad to worse as he hit the tire barrier on the pit wall entry.
No,
and that is going to be
the tire wall. He hit the pit wall itself. He got into the finicky space between the tire wall and the pit wall.
That's impressive, though. But he is going to become the first DNFer of the British GP. As we once again look to the battle for the lead, you can see how closely these guys are. Jacques Yutian.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, he is thinking about it. Jacques Yutian, I have to say, he just really come into his own in these later stages of the season. He's just really found the pace in that Rovazzi car, and he's been contending for the race win. And I say he would have won it at Rockingham had it not been for traffic.
Yeah, but then again, Rockingham was such a mad race. I don't think anyone could have predicted the outcome anyways.
Yeah, of course. As Ankodinova chasing down Mattias van der Köttkvarn.
Miran,
Yeah.
with next lap, we're going to be just 3 laps to go.
Wow, time really does fly by, huh?
Yeah, it is really a sprint race. That's Tilsley making a move on Tunde. This is why I like IndyCar. There will be no pit stops for next season either. It's going to be more of a sprint series to differentiate it from Formula 1. So it's going to definitely open up doors of opportunity to everyone else. Obviously, pit stops will be tweaked. But yeah, look at this Ankunova now trying to move to the inside, but she's way too far back on Van der Schoot that this is only going to hinder her pace. As Gutjen thought about making a move, had to bog down. And what is Johnson doing?
I think, well, on a more serious note, I think what Ankodinova might be trying to do is force Van der Schoot into a mistake. Obviously, the Dutchman, I could understand he's not used to running in such high positions, and Ankodinova, who is no stranger to the top 3, obviously, is gonna try to just force him into an error and just crack under pressure at the moment.
Yeah, that would make sense. Ankunova might be in search of something incredible here.
Shut up.
Oh, never mind.
Oh!
That's Fraser. Fraser's phrased at the field. That's Gutierrez out of control. Oh my god, Adrian Fraser has had enough.
What?
With 2 laps to go, look at this. Lock up.
What are you doing, Adrian? That's so dumb.
The thing is, though, he's the only one with damage, but that's going to be a 5-second time penalty awarded to Daniel. What, Daniel? That's not the league.
You're still in
Adrian
ACOC
Fraser.
mode.
Yeah, I watched the F2 race. Friedman onto of Gnaget and not really working out. Moreira uses this to his advantage. But yeah, that's Fraser's race done. I don't think he's going to be happy about that whatsoever. I think it will be a rather... Oh, that's Avnagget sliding. Moreira is through. Avnagget got surprised by this massive conundrum, of course. It's a Constantina effect now, because Fraser has no wing, and that produces quite a bit of, downforce to the car, which causes this... Oh, we're going to have an overtake galore here, Miran. Look at this.
Yeah, it is going to be prime rush hour traffic here at Donington Park, as everyone's just going to try to scramble for positions here. Chuck Utnia is going to try to claw his way back to the field. And yeah, you can see. I have to say, though, massive shame for Chuck Utnia and Fraser. Not making the same mistake as Motorsport. Right, look at all the cars down the start-finish straight.
And
look at this!
Started the final lap, Miran. This is basically like a safety car restart here, double file one even.
And look, it's Landal and Elnur Eshek Adam are going side by side. Tunde is on the grass. I don't know what that's gonna do, but who is ahead? It is Erik Landal who's defending from Elnur Eshek Adam, so that's crucial point to the championship.
Can I just see? Can we just look at what Yaya Tunde did? He just...
Huh?
Tire cooling. I guess. I don't see any other reason. Ankunova and Van der Schoot battling. Ankunova on the outside. This is the final lap of the race, and Ankunova might get it on the final lap. She is marginally ahead of the Dutchman, but the Dutchman have the inside line. He might have a bit of an advantage. It doesn't matter because Mikhail Bardachenko is going to win the race, but no, Van der Schoot goes wide and Ankunova slots through. But Mikhail Bardachenko is an IndyCar race winner as he wins the Vodafone British Grand Prix. And Fraser. And Ankunova comes second, Van der Schoot comes third. Amazing result. Then we have Johnson Gutierrez. And look at the gaggle of cars. We had a photo finish between Ace and Tilsley, but Tilsley got it. Hold on, look at this.
Wow. Ooh, that was quite close, but yeah, Tilsley did get it. But Ankodinova, she did just what she needed to do to take the championship lead from Landal.
What a crazy finish. Let's see that battle.
And this is Korsteiner's first ever podium in IndyCar.
Yeah, that's a historical feat. And this is the third individual driver to win Bardachenko for Scuderia Sicilia. First it was Rikke Wernersen in season 1, then Miki Biasiov, and now Mikhail Bardachenko makes his mark. He is in the car that Rikke Wernersen, I believe, won the German race at Hockenheim last season.
Yeah.
And look at this.
And look at that Van der Schutkwan. Yeah, just finally I was talking about cracking under pressure, and it just happened for Van der Schutkwan at the worst possible moment.
Oh, that is a pity. But it's still not a bad race for them. And I have to say, I think it impressed me the most today, as well as Mitch Johnson.
Yeah, honorable mention Mitch Johnson in 4th.
Yeah, very good result. Aguirre in 7th for EVC Motorsport, so regaining a bit of pace for the Swedish outfit. Yeah, Samuel Ace also in the points. And Guena scoring 10 points, I believe. Sorry, not 10 points, 6 points for the Swift chassis, which is quite a lot for them.
And I believe EVC finish ahead of Archangel.
Yes.
So that's going to be them retaking the lead of the championship.
That's fantastic for them. That's...
in the constructors. Because coming into this round, Archangel and EVC were they were separated by 3 points.
Oh, it's going to be a tight season finale. It's going to be just like Formula 1.
It definitely is.
Yeah, we're going to start... so this is it for today. Tomorrow, early in the day, around morning hours, not too ridiculous, we will continue the IndyCar season, bringing this race into Italy for the Shell Grand Prix of Italy. And then we're going to continue on with Formula 1, and it will be Formula 1 IndyCar, Formula 1 IndyCar, and that'll be it. So, driver of the day, I think we mentioned it, but
I am
definitive answer.
I mean, I want to give it to Bardachenko, honestly, because I think he was consistently up there, and he had really good pace, and he really just calmly defended for the lead, and he made a really nice overtake on Van der Schutkwan. So I would have to give it to Mikhail Bardachenko.
I heard the radio message too.
Yeah, I just checked it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna surprise you, Miran.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it to Matthew Wattenberg.
Yeah.
Listen, nearly a lap down after the first lap because of his incident. Look where he finished, P22.
Yeah, that is still respectable. He was 30 seconds behind the field at lap 1.
So there you go. I have a very surprising and original opinion, guys. See, I don't just copy Miran. So, I said what races are next. I think we can leave here. You can go to the supermarket.
Yeah, I'm going to the supermarket. I have been your co-commentator, Miran Evji. Thank you for watching MMS. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you for watching, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Be sure to be safe on the roads and wear your seatbelt. And bye-bye. Also, I have been Kai.